Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Unfiltered with Vina. No, rewind. Vina Unfiltered. Yeah. So, welcome to another episode, and today is going to be an interesting episode because we're talking about movies. Yeah, like one of my hobbies, one of my many but few hobbies is watching movies. So this is going to be a really interesting episode. We're talking about my top 5 favorite movies. If someone used to ask me, recommend a movie for me from the 90s. Keep in mind I was born in 2000, but like I watch old movies because I feel there is more interesting old movies than the recent movies that are coming out. Don't get me wrong, like we have some blockbuster interesting movies coming out in the modern days, but olden day movies also make so much sense and they are so nice. Plus I grew up watching them, so I enjoy them so much. So we're going to get right into it. Let's not waste time. I don't want the video to be long. So we're starting from number 5. I'm going to tell you why it's on my top 5 must watch movie list from the 90s/2000s, and then I'm going to tell you why I feel like it's a must watch. You understand? So let's get to it, right? So the first movie on my list is going to be drum roll. So the first movie on my list is A Cinderella Story from 2004. Let me just say something. First of all, I've never watched the actual Cinderella, and I know it's so weird because it's like, oh my god, you've never watched Cinderella? Yeah, even if I've watched it like parts and I don't really remember it so well, but it's somehow that the dude could not remember her face but could remember her shoe size. That's a story for another day. But anyways, A Cinderella Story, yes, it's a movie, not an animation. It's a movie, and it portrays a girl who, obviously, if you know the Cinderella's animation story now, she lost her dad, her stepmom was mean to her. But this one, there was actually a logical reason as to why the guy forgot her. It was a masquerade ball. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to give spoilers, so you can check it out. Like, you can check it out online and see if you like it, because I love that movie. It was so nice. And then that was the first place I heard about Princeton, because compared to the whole, oh, she wanted to be his wife, she was trying to get into Princeton, her dream school, because that was the school her dad went to. And I think that was school like where her dad met her mom. I haven't watched it in a very long time, but yes, that's why it's number 5 on my list. It was one of the movies that made my childhood, and I love it so much. So down to number 4. Number 4 on the list is Cheaper by the Dozen. And when I say Cheaper by the Dozen, I'm not talking about the one with Gabriella Union. I don't usually know actors' name, but like not that one. The actual Cheaper by the Dozen. You know, the one with Gabrielle Union is like a remake of the old one. The old one was so good. I think it had like three parts. Cheaper by the Dozen 1, 2, and 3. Or just 2 parts. I can't really remember, but that movie was so good. They had 12 children, 1 mom, one that they had like the exact number. Like, I think how many people play football? Is it 11 or 12? Sorry, I'm not a sports girly. Well, not football in particular. Anyways, but like they had the full football field, and it was full of. I don't think I can pick my favorite scene from that movie. Every scene was bomb. It's a nice family movie, like PG rated, there's no sex scenes and all that stuff. No, none of those stuff. And it was really good. Yes, those are kind of movies I grew up watching. So if, as I'm calling these movies, you're checking them off your list, like, yeah, I want this one. Oh, I want this one. Then, me and you, we might have a thing or two in common. Anyways, so Yeah, that's number 4 on the list. Cheaper by the Dozen. That movie was so good. It was along the lines of Legally Blonde good, but Parent Trap good. And if you've watched Parent Trap, then it's like a Parent Trap, but with more children. It was all shades of good. Now we're down to number 3. Number 3 on my list. See, don't worry. If I call this movie and I feel like, oh, this girl, she's so cringe. Yes, so I'm cringe that way because like I grew up watching this kind of movies, and yeah, a girl can only dream. The next movie on my list is The Princess Diary. Yes, the 2001 Princess Diary. I heard that they're going to do a remake or a part 3 of The Princess Diary, and I cannot wait. Like, I know they've not like said a release date, but if they are going to make it, I am going to watch it. That's for sure. The Princess Diary, yes, it's a story of a girl who didn't know she was a princess, and then turns out her grandma came and told her she was a princess, and her whole life changed. In fact, she went from being the wallflower to the spotlight, and her whole life just turned, not in a bad way, but also like not in a good way, but also not in a bad way. But it's a really interesting movie. It was an adventure for her, and it just talks about how life can happen like really quickly. So, number 2 on my list. If you know me, you know that if this movie did not make my list, it's not possible because how? So, number 2 on my list. And if you know me, if you know this movie did not make my list, it's not possible because, like, how? Hello, I'm a pothead, a serious one. And so, the number 2 movie on this list of my top 5 most watched movies from the 90s slash 2000s is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That is Harry Potter Part 1. If you don't know them by their name, that's Harry Potter Part 1. And this movie, first of all, I want to say that it's a family movie. Like, I watched it with my family. Yeah, the first time I sat down to watch Harry Potter, I watched Harry Potter with my entire family, and so it holds like would I call it? Yes, I have sentimental value for that movie. But yes, so the number 2 movie on my list is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone because that movie is like it opens the Pandora box to the entire Harry Potter series, the whole 8 parts. That's the number 1. That was the first one that got me hooked. I was like, yeah, we need to watch more of this. So yes, that's like my number 2 on the list, and I love it so much. I love the whole 8 hybrid movies. Yes, I'm growing. I'm a big girl. Oh no, how can you be so big and believe in you? Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's my list, and that's what is there. So take it that way. Simple. And down to number 1. And we're finally down to the number 1 movie on my top 5 must watch movies from the 90s slash 2000s. This one, yes, most people say it's cliche. No, the movie was not that great. I just want to say this movie deserves to be the top of everybody's list. Okay, not everybody's shy, but like, yeah, it's on top of my list, so that's just the way it is. Anyways, my number 1 movie is Titanic. Don't judge me, don't judge me, don't judge me. But yes, that movie is like my number 1 from the 90s slash 2000s because, hello, it was the 90s. The graphics in that movie, I recently watched how they built the stage for that movie. In fact, the making of that movie alone is enough reason for someone to want to watch that movie. No, no, don't. Let's not talk about the movie itself. It's so cinematic. Jack Rose. Oh my god. Hello. Titanic is number 1 for a very good reason. Aside from the fact that it's romantic, even though somehow I felt like they could have shared that wooden board. But I'm not giving spoilers. If you've never watched Titanic, I think you should. It deserves the watch. I don't think that movie has ever been rated bad anyway, and it won like so many awards. Let's do that like. So yes, that's my number one. But if you got to the end of this list, I'm going to add a bonus movie that I really loved from the 90s. So the has this been here also? The final movie on my list is going to be the extra movie. It wasn't on the list, but it was like number 6. And I was contemplating, oh, should I put it? Should I not put it? But anyway, I'm just going to tell you. So if you're going to use this list to create like a watch list of movies you're going to watch, put My Girl there, because that movie, although it was proclaimed to be a kids movie, that movie had nothing. That movie had no business being a kids movie. It was so emotional. Yes, I know I'm an emotional person, but that movie deserved my emotion. See, acting from children, man. And I watched it when I was small. I cried. No, that movie was good. If you've not watched it, please watch this movie, because I don't want to say anything that will give spoilers as to how the movie went or what, because even me myself, I shocked. I did not believe that was how that movie was going to go. Anyways, if you got to this point, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And also, please put your top favorite movie from the 90s/2000s in the comment section. I would also want to know the kind of people I have in my audience, because, yeah, it's unfiltered here. Nobody's judging you. At least not that you know, but nobody is judging you. Please drop your comments. Tell us what movie you find interesting from the 90s/2000s that you want other people to watch. I'll be reading the comments. Thank you for watching another episode of Bina Unfiltered. Love you guys. Love the support so much. Since I started this page, the support has been amazing, and I can't even appreciate you guys enough. Bye.